Bryan, it's always worked Kane in tag teams. So there are still chances out there for Kane to create if you don't want to push Kane in the main events for the World Championships. Of course, that would be Kane versus AJ Styles, Kane versus John Cena, Kane versus Dean Ambrose, if you can make any sense out of that. If you don't want to do that, put Kane in feuds for the Intercontinental U.S. titles or even tag team titles by giving him a new tag team partner, because Kane and tag teams seem to have really worked. And every partner I think Kane has had, even The Undertaker, has gone on to win a tag team title. He's gone on to win a tag team title with. He won a tag team title with Sean Waltman. He won a tag team title numerous times with The Big Show. That was awesome seeing that. He even won a tag team title with The Undertaker. They were both WWE and WCW Tag Team Champions. Now, as a singles competitor, Kane has been a former world champion before the unification of the WWE and World Championship happened in 2010. He's been a WWE champion for just one day. He's definitely had more success as a tag team competitor than he has as a singles competitor and going it on his own. But that does not mean Kane cannot see success here in 2016, because I still have hope for Kane, despite what a lot of critics may be saying about Kane and his status with WWE. Now, I've read the columns about Kane. I've seen the articles that have been popping up on Kane's WWE status and what kind of creative direction we're going to be seeing the Demon heading in. I was always a fan of the Demon character. I thought it was a real great way to turn Kane's career around, especially when he had nothing going on promisingly for his character. And coming off a world title reign in 2010, 2011, there was a lot of promise with Kane's character being revamped, especially when he came out on the Slammy edition of Monday Night Raw in 2011 and chokeslammed John Cena in his match with Mark Henry the way that he did. I watched that video so many times over because I was really impressed by how they actually had Kane come back under a new mask and a new revampment of his character, and he really made the best of it in feuds with John Cena and Randy Orton. Putting him in a feud with Zack Ryder was another example of how Kane has pushed new talented wrestlers, but it didn't need to be happening for Kane that way. It really made no sense to me, but again, the psychology of having Kane pushing new talent, obviously it's worked for years, and they tried to do it in 2011, 2012 with Zack Ryder. Got Zack Ryder a U.S. title reign, but more so I want to see this masked Kane character being used in feuds that are actually worth talking about, in feuds that people are going to remember. If you're not going to do it now, there's really no point of even having Kane on WWE television. You need to take him off, and you need to try to figure out what kind of direction you're going to have Kane head in, at least for the next 2 to 3 years, because right now it doesn't seem like Kane is headed in a very promising direction at all, and I can see where the doubt in the minds of all these writers, of all these columns, and all these videos that may be popping up on YouTube, because I venture to believe that I'm not the only one taking to YouTube and social media and using the power of social media to let their voice be heard on the direction of Kane's character, because I'm not the only one, at least I like to believe, I'm not the only one who believes that Kane's character can be heading in a more promising direction than what it is right now, because there is so much potentiality when it comes to Demon Kane. I always was a fan of Kane, and even though I probably should be giving up on Kane, you're probably wondering yourself why I haven't given up on Kane. It's because I believe in these legends that much that I would never give up on someone like a Kane character, because I think Kane has a lot of potential, and there is no room for giving up on someone like Kane. There is always room to believe in someone like Kane, and that's why I posted 3 or 4 videos to a time on the status of Kane in WWE, and I've questioned the status of WWE with Kane and what they're trying to do with this character. I have been in doubt on times, but in more times, rather than I've given myself credit for, I have been a fan of Kane, and I've been in support of Kane, and I'm going to continue to support Kane until something far more creative and promising happens for a character like Kane, because we've seen him go through so many metamorphoses over the years as fan favorite and as a heel. Obviously, being a heel has worked more for Kane than being a fan favorite has ever worked for Kane, especially under the revampment of the mask Kane, coming up with the steel mask, removing that, and then having another mask. And the interesting thing about the new mask Kane was that a lot of people were saying that it was The Undertaker playing the new mask Kane in the first few weeks of the Kane character, with his eyes and just the positioning of the character and just how the character's psychology was really down pat. That was what was really interesting about Kane's revampment. In the first few weeks, a lot of people were saying that it was actually The Undertaker who came out and chokeslammed John Cena and played Kane's character because of the psychology. But that was something, and I think that Kane still has that potentiality that was saw 4 years ago. It's like they saw the potentiality and they lost sense of the direction of the character, and they didn't know what to do with him. So they started booking him in these pointless feuds, these pointless rivalries, which went nowhere. I was entertained by John Cena versus Kane, Randy Orton versus Kane, and I still can be entertained by Kane versus virtually anyone on SmackDown. It's just a matter of giving Kane an opportunity to create with someone he's never created with before, and the time has never been more appropriate than what it is right now to start pushing Kane, because if you're going to do something with Kane, you need to do it now, especially with just a few months away from WrestleMania 33. And with the venue of this year's WrestleMania looking awesome, I think Kane versus The Undertaker could be a potential match for this year's WrestleMania, and especially with how rumors of The Undertaker slowing it down and retiring finally after 27 years, why not give us Masked Kane versus Dead Man Undertaker, because it's a match that's just been waiting to happen. It's a pay-per-view match, a WrestleMania match, main event, that's been waiting to happen for a really long time, and I'm not going to give up on Kane. I'm going to continue to show my support for Kane because I believe there was just as much potential as there was for Kane 15 years ago here in 2016. Give me your thoughts on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Google Plus at HEW Entertainment on Facebook, Jonathan Clarke 1 on Twitter, Jonathan Clarke 22 on YouTube, and on Google Plus at HEW Entertainment. You can give me your thoughts on the direction of Kane's character, and if you still have faith like myself in Kane's character and the direction of his character here in 2016, looking ahead to 2017 being a more promising year than 2016 obviously was for Kane, because seeing Kane coming out and either being eliminated in battle royals or being thrown over the top rope in Royal Rumble matches or just choke slamming individuals is really nothing to do with his character, and I'm hoping that 2017 and even the remainder of this year will be more promising for Kane. I still believe in Kane, and I hope you do too. I'm your host, Jonathan Clarke. I'll leave it at that, and I will talk to you again next week. Like what you hear? Tell us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Don't go anywhere. HEW Entertainment Radio will return with the latest news, music, interviews, discussion, and Jonathan Clarke next.
When something takes place in the world of professional wrestling, you know where to go. WrestleZone.com. WrestleZone.com. Covering all the latest breaking news daily. Interactive forums where you can chat with thousands of other wrestling fans. Exclusive editorials and audio features by some of today's top wrestling superstars. Exclusive video content, weekly polls, live play-by-play coverage of every WWE and TNA pay-per-view. And now, featuring WrestleZone Radio, live with news, in-depth discussions, debates, and interviews with wrestling's top stars, past and present. When you think wrestling, think WrestleZone. WrestleZone.com.
He considers himself God's gift to wrestling, and millions of his faithful agree. With nearly 4 hours of footage and exclusive commentary and matches, this DVD chronicles Daniel's rise from Chicago's Windy City Wrestling to the Asylum in Nashville, and finally to the top of TNA. TNA Home Video presents Heaven Sent, Hell Bound, the best of Christopher Daniels. Available at most retailers and TNAWrestling.com.
Hey you right there, the one listening to this show. While you're tuning into this broadcast or when you read the news on WrestleZone.com, are you forming opinions of it all? Or do you just agree with everything you see and hear? If you actually have some sort of afterthought, which by the way is normal, We want to know what it is. There are thousands of wrestling fans just like you that simply can't hold their thoughts in either. And they let it all out in our interactive forums. You have a voice, so use it. Simply visit forums.wrestlezone.com. Don't just be active, be reactive in the official WrestleZone.com forums.
For all the latest in mixed martial arts, be sure to visit WrestleZone's sister site, SureDog.com. Complete with daily news, exclusive video, interviews, live radio broadcast, interactive forums, and the very popular Fight Finder with bios and complete match-by-match histories of your favorite fighters. SureDog is the only place you need when it comes to mixed martial arts. Visit SureDog.com today.
Hi, my name's Adam Nudelman, but I play the Phantom on the radio. I'm here to remind you that, oh, screw that, my book, Mysteries of Wrestling Solved, is available at finer bookstores everywhere. That stupid fake voice, I hate it. I wrote a book along with Sir Adam Kleinberg called Mysteries of Wrestling. It has the questions that you wanted answered. Why does Steve Austin hate Jeff Jarrett? Are referees really blind and stupid and dumb? Who is actually the toughest wrestler in the business outside of the ring? Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kamala. We get down and dirty with insider facts you've never read about anywhere else. So what are you waiting for? It makes a great stocking stuffer. You're too short, you buy 3 of them, you get tall, you just stand on them. Mysteries of Wrestling Solved by ECW Press, written by Sir Adam Kleinberg and Adam the Phantom Nudelman. Available everywhere. It's done. The plug is done. I'm done. I didn't sell it well enough. There's naked pictures of China in there. Okay? Thank you.
Available now on DVD. John Triton is on the toughest, most important mission of his life.
They have a hostage. It's my wife.
And with everything on the line,
I gotta do something, and I gotta do it now.
nothing and no one can stop him.
See, I tried to kill this guy twice today.
Now, see the Marine in a whole new way with the unrated version. Get more edge-of-your-seat action, more mind-blowing explosions, more of the Marine. This unrated version features material too hot for theaters, plus special behind-the-scenes features. John Cena is the Marine. Only unrated version. Available now on DVD. Rated version also available.
I know what you're thinking. I'm not a real athlete. I'm just a wrestler. I'm 6'10", 328 pounds.